Good, yeah.
Looks like I've got a halo on my head. Looks like I've got a halo on my head. That's the nearest thing I'm going to get to heaven.
You are.
So this is a foreigner in the Philippines. This is the official beginning of the conversation. And we're multitasking. It's a multitasking conversation again. So, what we're here to do is to give an accounting of the money that came in and went out on our 3 houses for Christmas. Okay? Now let me just give you a rundown on how we're working. We've got a few people who are criticizing, who are paying more attention on what kind of ball pen we write with than if we're helping some family get into a new home that is dry and secure. Well, we all have our priorities and these people have theirs. Now, let me just tell you how we've worked. Right from the very start, Beth and I went around and we went to look at the paralyzed man. And he was a heartbreaking situation. He's paralyzed, he's living in a tiny little cell-like room with a dirt floor, and the house is falling down. And Beth and I looked at each other and said, we got to do something. So that was the birth of what we came to know as House Repair Project, or Project House Repair, whatever you want to call it. We wanted to help. And that really started something, because right around that time we started with our YouTube channel. And what we didn't realize at that time was that just by telling these stories, people would want to help. Now, we realized also that we were going to need help too. So, from the start, I said, we must keep every receipt, we must keep every notification that we had of a payment in from Western Union. So we know what everybody gave us, we know how much we paid out, and it's all written down. Now, what did we need? We needed someone who was good at books, who had some education. And it just so happens that I know someone like that who is smart, savvy, cheeky, cute, and this is it. Now, for those of you that think that Beth is all cute, is all pretty eyes and fabulous smile, well, she is. And I can't say no to her, of course. But she also worked like a dog at several jobs and worked herself through, she won't tell you this, she worked herself through university. From the age of 15 she was out there on her own and she made it happen. So we have everything down on paper. At some point or other, I thought maybe we will be held accountable. Now, it's hard to remember what I did after breakfast this morning, so we would have no chance of realizing, of remembering what we did 3 months ago. So it's all down on paper. It's there in facts and figures, and it's legible and provable. We have good credit at our local hardware store. Everything is down so that when we come to set up a foundation, which is what we've been advised to do, yes, Beth laughs at the idea that here she is, an island girl on Bohol, and she's setting up a foundation. Well, small things often lead to very big things, and the response that we've had on helping people has been overwhelming. Let me just tell you what we have done in 2 years. We arrived here, let's say it was just over 2 years ago. In the first year we built our own house. Did we have any help on that? Very, very little. We worked on my pension, which is miserably small, but we support our family and we ate. Now, somebody, one of the bottom feeders, said he admitted that they've gone hungry at times. Excuse me, if going hungry is a crime, you better arrest the Philippines, okay? Now, sometimes we didn't make ends meet. Sometimes we made mistakes. Do you remember, honey, how we went hungry that time? Do you remember why we did that? When you bought...
Yeah.
When she bought...
Don't sing.
She went out and bought a toilet. And then we said, oh, honey, do we have any money for food? Oh, food? But we've got a toilet.
This is the way. Last Christmas.
Yes, tell us.
No, last Christmas, we pay someone. I think it's Pastor Timio, but my brother Timio and his son to dig the septic tank, right?
Right.
Yeah. So the septic. So his pensions came from that. We pay them to do the septic tank, buy some gravel, some cement, some ballast.
Right, so we did have some heavy expenses right about
Yeah, so that's on Christmas, which is December payment. And then, because I don't really like...
so funny, I tell you.
So I bought because the septic tank is already finished, but we don't have pedestal, right?
We don't have a pedestal.
Yeah, so...
We didn't have a toilet.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, but we have the septic tank.
Oh, we had the septic
tank.
tank.
It's already put up, but we don't have the septic tank.
No, honey, septic tanks are not put up. They're put down.
Put down.
If you put the septic tank up, heaven knows what would happen if it started leaking. I don't want to think about that.
So I bought the pedestal and then I told him that I bought a pedestal, but that's from the pig, right?
From the pig?
Yeah,
we bought a pedestal for the pig?
From the pig. Pig income. Remember, I sold 3 pigs that time.
You sold 3 pigs?
Yeah, which is also covered to our add-on to the septic tank. Right. So now, then it's almost 3 days before Christmas. Darren says, "Oh, let's have some."
On the third day of Christmas, my true love said to me, 3 pigs haven't made enough money to buy a friggin' pedestal.
Yeah, so 3 days before Christmas, Taryn says, "Oh, what's our celebrations? What we're gonna buy for Christmas?" And
she said, "I thought you had that." I said, "Well, no, I gave it to you to buy a pedestal." Go on, honey.
So he said to me, "So let's go some shopping tomorrow to buy some groceries
and that was when
for Christmas."
That's when I said to you, "Well, thank heavens you've got the money."
And I said to him,
yes, you should clear your throat. Go on.
So I said to him, "Sorry, hon, we just only have 500 pesos."
Now, for those of you who don't know what the exchange rate, 500 pesos is what? $10?
Yeah, and I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
So like that, so I said to him, "We just only have 500 pesos." So
500 pesos.
"Why?" And I said, "Because I bought the pedestal. Because I don't like..."
So here it is. It's one of those good news and bad news things. Honey, the bad news is we've only got $10 for Christmas, and there's 6 of us. Oh, really? What's the good news? We've got a toilet.
Yeah. So now, yeah. So with thanks to our friend, Elsie and Alessandra, who saved us for Christmas.
Fortunately, our friends Elcio and Alessandra sent us, I think,
$100.
$100, and that saved our Christmas. We had some cardboard boxes to open, didn't we?
Yeah, and then we buy some spaghetti, some macaroni, some salad. And then,
a thought just came to me. Why didn't we wrap the toilet up so that we could open that? I mean, that was an enormous gift.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the toilet was not plumbed in.
Yes, it's not
How
plugged
long
in.
did the toilet sit there? How long did it sit there before we got to plumb it in?
Around a month, because we wait for his pension to arrive.
I think it was 2 months.
No,
But
it's
anyway,
not.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to
Yeah,
throw that up.
so we bought some, and then from out of the money that our friends Alexandra and Elsia sent, we divided that 4,000. I think 4,000.
$100. That
Yeah.
was just over 4,000
Yeah,
pesos.
we
yes.
divided that to buy for Christmas and for the New Year's celebration.
Can you imagine what a wild time that was?
Yeah, so
On $100.
so that's what happened.
You know, the one thing that I never said you need when you come to the Philippines is a sense of humor.
Yeah, I bought the pedestal because it's very difficult for you to came out in the night and going to the back of Nanay for
Honey,
the
let me
CR.
tell you something that you may not have thought of. Going out in the middle of the night is not as bad as sitting on a pedestal that's not connected. What can you do on there but read a book?
I thought that after I bought the pedestal, it's just easy to put that together to go into the septic tank. That's what I thought.
The septic tank?
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes
that's-
dear.
so
Carry on
that's-
with this wonderful.
So that's how it is. We got the pedestal, and then a day after Christmas, Darren said to me, "Oh, we still have spaghetti." And I said to him, "I'm sorry that you know that we divided that for Christmas. So I cook only what's good for Christmas because the other goes to New Year." So parents go inside to our CR and said, "Merry Christmas."
You know, on an empty CR, the sound really echoes wonderfully. You know, you go in there and say "Merry Christmas." It sounds like you're in a big place. Well, anyway,
Yeah, let's go back to our main.
so going back to what we were talking about, we have everything documented, and it's very easy to document everything when you're not hiding anything. There's no 2 sets of books, right? Because actually, when you go around and you see someone that's dying on a dirt floor, when you see a family with 3 or 4 little girls who are living in a house that is threatening to fall down, it's not hard, to be honest.
I just read the comments about why is it, just that we are just the one who benefited from it. There's a comment that and said that, oh, they have some, they need to go to prison, like that. I'm getting mad of it, right?
I'm just
I'm
thinking
getting
what.
mad of it, and no, just at first, but then I just realized, yeah, everyone has an opinion, but just to
Yeah,
put
so
it-
we all know about opinions, don't we? If
Yeah.
you're American, you know about opinions. Everybody's
so
got one, and
this is just the way to. Later on, it just says, "Oh, just just to the one who said comment about it, about legalities, about that we just hiding things, like that. Just want to say to you that first is God bless, and I hope you think for a while, just meditate for a while, and put yourself on those people, on those family that during rainy season, during the night where they need to wake up because they need to go to the other side of the house who is not leaking on the rain. Just try to put yourself on that and think that are Terence and Beth doing things bad or doing things
My wife-
illegal?
my
So
wife is
try
one.
yourself on that
my
so that you
wife
will
is one.
understand.
My wife
Sorry.
is what?
I just
Excuse me.
okay na.
Permission to speak.
Yeah.
My wife is a woman of infinite faith in human nature. My message is get lost. That's what I think. But anyway,
Yeah, but we plan to legalize it, okay? Just wait.
well, we're not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
We are taking in gifts.
Yeah, we're taking
And
gifts.
then-
if you ask, here's
Can-
the note.
excuse
okay?
me.
Here's the note.
We are taking gifts. And because we have been so upfront about everything, we are trusted. Now, for those people who go around trying to hunt down things that are wrong, the idea of trust will be a foreign object in the blood. That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
Right? Now, so another subscriber commented on this person's comment and said, why don't you go around and see Terence and Beth and go and visit the houses of the people that they've helped? If anybody wants to visit us, we will make them welcome with what we have, which is not very much, but it's happiness for us. And we will take you to see those people that we have built houses for, that we have helped, that we have brought water to, that we have done. Let me just tell you the rest of what we did. After we did the, let me see, we built the house, then we brought, we're on below that. Okay, so apparently it's brown out. So we're supposed to make it quick, she says, but we can't make it quick because it's not a quick video. So after we built our house, we thought we'd better do something about water. And we actually got some help from my son in England and that's my son Theo and his wife to be Maria. And they gave us enough to start work on the well. Put a well in, and we brought water to the house of my mother-in-law, who was waited for a running water faucet in her kitchen. She's been waiting for it, and quite patiently actually. Let me see, how long did it take? 48 years, okay? She waited for 47 years to get power. Right, so we did that. We got water up to just outside our own house, and it's made us accessible then to other families, of which we have 2 other families, 3 other families who come. My brother-in-law Manorado, sister Lena, and now sister-in-law Maricel. So we did that. And after that we realized, well, we're going to have to be able to get access to the house. So we planned a road. Before we could plan a road, we had to build a bridge, and we built a bridge. Now, the bridge we thought was going to be an easy one. It didn't turn out to be an easy one, but we paid everybody above the rate so that they would happily work on a tough job, and that's what they did. And we put food on the table for several families by giving them work above the going rate, and we're proud of that.
Yeah, and also thank you to those who sent a gift for that.
Yes, now
We registered in GoFundMe.
Yeah, we're registered in GoFundMe, as Beth said, and what we did was we raised how much?
Around $1,000.
We raised $1,000, which was enough for us to start the bridge and to get ourselves heavily in debt
Yeah, because
at the local hardware store.
Yeah, it come up that the total cost is around 150,000 something.
Well, we ended up, after we paid everybody and everything, we ended up, at the kindness of Ambacon Hardware, we ended up with over 70,000 pesos in debt, which we've been paying off ever since. Now, actually, we're almost finished, aren't we? We're down to 17,000
Yeah,
pesos.
17,000. So by next month, we're totally paid.
We'll be free on that now. Then we'll be able to start work on our house, which has a few inconsequential things like doors and windows to go in. So we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to actually have a couch upholstered, which is, at the moment, is just bare boards. But we're not complaining because we're very happy. That may also be another concept that's difficult for those bottom feeders to understand as well. So after the bridge, we built a road. Built a road which is problematical because we can't afford to do it properly. And lots of our subscribers have been telling us how to do it properly. All good advice. These people know what they're doing, they know what they're saying, but they're not in our position of not having the money to do it. So we can't take advantage or listen to too much of the advice, because we simply don't have the finance to lay down a hardcore, hard standing on the road that is over 600 meters long. We haven't been able to do that. So after that, we had been working on that. We were unable to work on the house, so we started helping out at the local church, which is run by Pastor Timio, who happens to be Beth's brother. So we helped out there, and we did things because we managed to get a truck from some help that we got from a loan that was given to us, a 1 year loan, at no interest, or one interest, I don't know. They lent us the down payment, so we were able to do that. We got a truck. So now we actually had the road in. We could get to the house, which was a big, big improvement, right? Especially for Beth's mom, because now she didn't have to walk to church.
Yeah.
So now we've got the truck, and we're running everybody back and forth. We pick up children that can't get there, would not be able to get there, because, believe it or not, they don't have 10 pesos to spend, or 20 or 30 pesos to get to and from church just for their kids. So the kids didn't go. So we took the kids, took them to church. Beth was taking care of the children, giving those instructions. They did various things like role playing and stuff like that from the Bible, and she did all of that. And I'm the Sunday driver. I take the kids, I pick the kids up, bring them to the church, take them home, all that kind of stuff. Right. And it was during that time that we saw the paralyzed man, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you on Facebook, Beth?
No, I'm
Can you
eating.
pay attention?
I'm calculating.
Calculating.
I'm calculating. Remember,
You're calculating.
this is how much
You're
we
gonna-
left over.
Right, you're gonna get your turn.
Yeah.
Just want to finish off what we're waffling on about here. Right. So that's when we said we've got to help, and that's when we did. From there, we gave a lot of help from the generosity of you, the subscriber. We were able to give enough money to bump start the building of a church in Ubay. They'd already started it. There was no windows, no doors, no walls on half of it. They had a roof and a frame, and we were able to help on that thanks to you.
Yeah, thanks to all of you.
Right. So from that, we also planned to do the. I think I need to just. Right, I didn't kill anybody, as you can hear. They're still chuntering away, but at a distance, because I roared at them. So we got sidetracked on the house of the paralyzed man,
the
didn't we?
paralyzed man.
Right, and we found out about Desiree, who had been struck down, a young woman. She'd been struck down with this strange disease, something like multiple sclerosis, but we don't know. We were able to go in and build her a house. We built her a house, and because the response was so overwhelming, we were also able to pass on to her 18,000 pesos in the form of a sack of rice and 17 or 16,000.
16,000.
Yeah, 16,000 pesos. And she's been able to get some help on that, but we're a little behind on her and intend to go and do a follow-up video on Desiree.
Yeah,
But from Desiree, we then went back
Manorado
and we helped Manorado with his well,
and the cladding of the house.
cladding of the house. Now Manorado is Beth's brother. Now I can see ahead, as if in a crystal ball, that there will be some bottom feeder somewhere in his armchair will be saying, oh sure, he helped his brother-in-law. Yeah, well, we had $100 sent to us, and I wrote to that man who sent the $100.
Yeah, that's Ethan.
Ethan. And I said, Ethan, this is, why am I saying Ethan? It's Ethan. She'll have me speaking with a Filipino accent soon. Right, so I wrote to him and I told him the story of Manorado, which actually we'd done a video on. Difficult life, hard
Yeah,
life.
and then sending some gaps for the cladding of
And
Manorado.
that, instead of making it more difficult, that made it even easier because people were touched by by his story. And I asked I asked him, do you mind if I use the money that you sent to buy a pump for Manorado? And he wrote back and said, you can use it for whatever you think is necessary. I told him who the help was for, and I gave him the decision.
Yeah.
Now at that time, our MO, before we learned about this, the dreaded donation syndrome, our MO was to say, if you see a project that you want to help with, you just have to say that that's where you want the money to go. You want the money to go to this person, you want the money to go to that, we will get it to them in full. In full.
Yeah, so thank you to those who send gifts to Manorado, and also to Sir Mario, who sent gifts to Manorado around 4,000 something, and he's very happy because it goes to 4 sacks of fertilizer.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Super Mario.
Yeah, so after Manorado, we proceed to the paralyzed man's house, which is already finished.
And we knocked down the old house.
Yeah.
And we put up a new house.
Yeah, in just 8 days.
8 days.
Yeah, I think I noted it.
Now
And
that's
also,
another thing. Let me interrupt you for a
Okay.
change. Must be my turn, mustn't it? No. That's the difference, is that when people have sent a gift, got to stay away from that D word, when they've sent a gift, they know what it's for. So someone sent a gift for the paralyzed man. Guess what? In almost less than the time that it took to get a letter out here, postal-wise, in the old days, they saw a house built. How do they know? Because we showed the old house, we showed it day by day being built, and we showed it finished, and soon you will be able to see the blessing of that house, along with the house of the 3 little girls. They now have their house. So we are on target right now to have given 3 families a house before Christmas.
Yeah, because just to interrupt you, yesterday the 3 little girls' house is already finished. So now they work now at Beanie's house, which I give them to finish it for 3 days because of the budget. I told them you need to finish that house for 3 days.
This is a woman that
Yeah, because we're working for the budget,
In the UK they used to have a comedy, a kind of a comedy program, touch of black comedy, irony, and the man used to refer to his wife as she who must be obeyed.
Yeah.
Isn't that appropriate? Yes, dear. What can I
Yeah, so now we finished the 3 little girls' house. So just to give you an update.
Okay. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it. So 3 little girls' house, we raised around 52,749 pesos.
And 49 pesos.
Yes.
Okay.
So thanks to Sir Mario, who sent 2,360
Now
pesos.
don't reveal any people who wanted to be anonymous.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, just the
That's
first
what
name.
we did last time.
To Sir Gary, who sent 952.07 pesos. To Sir Dewey, 2,000 pesos. Bit Rich. To Sir Little Bit Rich, who sent 40,495 pesos. Wow, thank you so much. To Sir Ethan, who sent 4,628 pesos.
Now don't forget that this is about the budget for 3 houses. Okay. so that you know. Go ahead, honey.
No, just only for the three little girls' house.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, that's only for that. He sent
See how much I know?
Ethan's, Sir Little Bit Rich sent 40,495.
Okay.
So Sir Ethan, who sent 4,628 pesos, and Ma'am Connie, who sent 2,314 pesos. So if you sum up that, it totaled to 52,749 pesos.
Okay.
And then,
you sure you've got that right?
yeah. And then, we have an excess of the paralyzed man's house.
Excess?
Yeah.
Okay. Excess.
We have a leftover of the paralyzed man's house
The
worth
remainder.
of 24,335. So I add on that to the three little girls' house. So it come up that the total of the three little girls' house the fund that we raised is 77,084 pesos. So now the total expenses of the three little girls' house raised to 57,796.14. I come up, why is it's bigger? Because I know that there's some sense of why it's bigger than the paralyzed man's house. I just realized that the workers, the Superman teams use some of the materials that I ordered for the three little girls' house for the paralyzed man's. So like the gravel, the ballast, some.
Oh, okay. So in other words, some of the materials which were really for the three little girls' house is the two houses are almost arm's length between them. So some of the materials for the three little girls was used on the paralyzed man.
Yeah, because they're out of materials, so they just pick up to the next yard.
Whatever was there.
Yeah, and also some wood.
And also
So now 77,084 less the expenses of 57,796.14. We have the leftover of 19,287.86, which goes to Beanie's house.
Right. So if we don't get any other help on Beanie's house, which is a man with 4
Yeah, we have Scotty.
There are 4 children involved.
Yeah, we have 4. So Sir Scotty or Scotty, how to pronounce it?
I don't know. Does he have a code name that you've forgotten?
No, this is the spelling, Scotty.
Scotty, yes.
Yeah, Scotty.
in Scotland.
So Sir Scotty, who sent a gift of 10,034.92 to Beanie's family, plus the leftover of the three little girls' house of 19,287.86, we have the budget of 29,322.78 to Beanie's family,
which is actually
started now.
Yeah, which is actually a small budget because the other houses have been working out at around 45, haven't they?
Yeah, 50 something.
45 to 50. Now, just to give you an idea of what that is, what is 50,000? What is 50,000 pesos?
It's around, in dollar?
Yes.
Let me compute. Because, like for example, the three little girls' house of 57,000 something divide, I think 48, I think the exchange now, it's around 1,100 something dollar.
So
that's the cost of the house.
We're building a house for $1,000.
All the materials, the wood, everything.
We're building a house for $1,000. Just $1,000. And not only are we putting a family into a safe, secure, dry house, we're putting food on the table of people who do the work. And we're doing this on the basis of need and on the basis of fairness. And what we consider is the way that things should be going in the Philippines. Now, what usually happens is, and I do believe that what I'm saying is true, what usually happens is that people get paid less. If it's a Christian charitable thing, if they're working for a church, they'll get paid nothing, and they'll be expected to contribute their work. Well, sorry, if you've got nothing, you can't work for nothing as well because you've got a family to feed. So often the going rate for working is about 350
Yeah, around
to 400,
300,
isn't it?
350 to 400 a day for the carpenter.
A day. That's for a skilled man.
Yeah.
And what we decided that we weren't going to do that.
Yeah.
We were going to try to pay people in a way which would have them happy to work for us, doing great work. And that's what we've got. We have a solid team of workers. They are our relatives and neighbours. Perry is actually an in-law relative, isn't he? He's a cousin.
My cousin.
And Manarado, brother, Rado, a brother, and Pastor Timio is our brother, Beth's brother. Okay, so we decided that we would pay them
600 pesos a
yes,
day.
so we paid them 600 a day.
From 7, they start 7 o'clock in the morning and have without not free lunch and not free snacks, and then they just eat. I think they just eat a lunch for 10 or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and then they go back to work because they have a deadline. 7 days. This is only up to 7 days, 8 days, 3 days. You know. So
they're going in and they're blitzing the work. There's no question about it. And if you've watched the work as it goes on, they do great work. Now, as the main contractor, well, I like to pretend that I'm the main contractor, but actually she's.
No.
What I do is I leave men to do their work. I've seen the work that they've done, and I think it's good work.
Yeah, great.
And whatever other people say about this worker or that worker or Filipinos or this or that, always loads of complaints. That's all I seem to hear. I stopped subscribing to some of the expat sites because I was just sick of watching, listening, reading complaints. So this is what I find. You hire a man who you know can do the job. You pay him good wages so that he's happy to be there, and then you leave him the hell alone to do his work. You don't go in and say, shouldn't that be a 3-inch nail instead of a 40? No, you don't do that. You don't micromanage. You go in and let him do his job. And it has worked beautifully for us.
Yeah, so again, to those who send
back to the thank you department. Yeah. Yes, dear, go on. You're going to say, once again, thank you to those who...
No,
honey, they know.
Yeah, so those...
Honey,
yeah.
Will we be thanking people 5 times or 6? What will we be doing?
Yeah, just to say thank you to those who send gifts, to those family who we completed to our 3 houses before Christmas. So thank you very much to share your blessings to those families who says that thank you because we're not waking up in the middle of the night in a few for 2 hours, 3 hours waiting until the rain stops because
that's literally what was happening.
Yeah, because in fact the 3 little girls' house, the mother said to me yesterday that, oh, you know what? We're very happy because it arrives in this happened to our lives, And I said to them, it's a God's plan that we there are people who share their blessings to you, because their family, the kids, it's happened. He made me a scenario that because the other nights it's very heavy rain, heavy rain, and then they need to wake up their kids. Come on, wake up, because the kids is already, what do you call that?
Being rained on?
Yeah, rain on, because there's a lot of hole in the roof.
Now, let me explain to you. We're talking, when we talk about a house, well, we're not talking about a house in your definition. What we're talking about is something that is about 1/3 the size of a double garage in, say, Florida or in America. 1/3 the size. We're talking about a room, in the 3 little girls' case, we're talking about a room which contained the family in a bedroom, living room, everything room, that measured, let me see, I actually did measure it. It was 9 feet by 9 feet.
Yeah.
And part of that had the rain coming in. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, and then the mother said 2 hours. 2 hours that they sit inside, they sit in the other corner of the
Sit
room.
in one corner
Yeah, and
of
they,
the room
they
until the
didn't
rain
fly
finishes.
because they didn't, you know, they didn't sleep. They just sit down in the corner with the kid, with the small kids because the rain.
And somebody out there is worried about whether I should be doing this or that, whether we should be doing it this way. Shouldn't they be going to the government? Isn't there a presidential decree on this? Get real. Go out and see some of these people, how they're living. And then go back to your armchair. Sorry, this is one of the reasons that I do get mad. And I shouldn't spend any time on this because we are just overwhelmed by the help that we get.
Yeah, just God bless, you know, and then just try to walk, go around to the squatter area, to the province, to those family that really difficulty in their lives. I think you just live in the mansion, you know, so just go out, just have a try. Okay? God bless and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you.
Get lost.
I don't see that. Just thank you for the time.
I'm only joking.
Yeah, thank you for the time. Just sometimes just getting, you know.
Getting.
Yeah, just getting for all his comment, but again, try to walk around and try to put your shoes on their shoes, and then you will realize that this is.
Put your shoes on their shoes. So, just go around and put your shoes on their shoes.
Yeah.
No, honey, in English it's try wearing his shoes.
Oh yeah.
Try to walk a mile in his shoes.
Yeah.
Well,
and then you would realize that life is not, you know, life is not easy to them.
No, the only problem with that saying, in fact, about walking a mile in the other man's shoes is that a lot of these people that we're helping don't have any shoes.
Yeah.
Darling, are we done here?
Yeah. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you very much, those who kind-hearted.
I've got to tell you that we have our own nicknames, right? Beth's nickname is She Who Must Be Obeyed, and my nickname is Mr. Brutal. Isn't that right?
Yeah, Mr. Brutal.
Mr.
So again,
Brutal. I am Mr. Brutal.
Again, to those who share their blessings, to those family in need.
Oh, another thank you. What are we up to? 8 now?
Just wait me. Let me finish my thank you. Again, to those who share your blessings, to those family in need,
9.
you know, thank you.
10.
Thank you very, very much.
11.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year. Goodbye.
You sing so out of tune. You know that.
I have another one. I have another Christmas song.
This is how much I love
The
it.
other one.
Honey, are my ears bleeding?
Whenever I see girls and boys selling lanterns on the street. Bye-bye. Bye-bye na.